Prince Harry sat down with our Bob Woodruff for a candid conversation about his life, his brother, and his sister-to-be. And Bob joins us again now live from Norway. We're looking forward to this, Bob. Good morning.
Good morning, Robin. Yeah, we had this great chance to be out here in this beautiful spot and talk together. It's interesting, he didn't really have any rules about what I could ask and what I couldn't ask. I really think that he's just not shy at all. Here in the snow-covered mountains of northern Norway, Harry is preparing for his Arctic trek, sleeping in a tent in 20 degrees below. This morning, he jokes with reporters about his long night.
Can you describe to us what it was like to spend the night in a tent at minus 25?
Is that all it was, minus 25? Felt a lot colder than that in there. It was good. There's things that happen in that tent that I never want to speak of ever again.
But it was his expedition leader, Inga, who slept in the same tent with him, turned the joke on Harry, spilling secrets about the prince's snoring.
He has this cozy little this little bass going. It's not snoring, it's more like a little bass in the background.
Did it keep you awake?
No, it didn't. He put me to sleep.
But his focus is on raising money for wounded vets.
This is just such a beautiful place out here. We're just putting so much time in for walking with the wounded. This is very effective. This is so important to them, and they're so honored to spend time with you. Do you think it's very positive for them to go to the North Pole?
The example that they're setting, not just to wounded servicemen and women, but the example they're setting to other people around the world who've injured themselves somehow, whether it's a motorbike accident or whatever, just proves that no matter what, you can progress with your life. You can do things beyond any imagination that you ever thought was possible.
You served the country. You served in Afghanistan about 3 years ago. Do you think that it's very emotional for you when you find out somebody within your unit that's been killed or injured? And what's that feel like to you?
Anyone that you lose in your unit, whether that's in the first week, last week, in the middle, no matter who it is or no matter when it is, I think it really affects the group. But that's what I love about. I think that's what everybody should love about the British Army or within the forces around the world. I presume it's the same. Is that everyone comes together? You don't let it get you down. Maybe there's a sense of payback, which maybe right, maybe wrong. People may have different opinions. At the end of the day, you're in a war zone, and you're responsible there to look after yourself. The guy to the left, the guy to the right. And I think it really is that simple. It's hard to explain.
I mean, you have now been certified for one of the most powerful, fastest helicopters, the Apache. What's your goal with that?
My goal is to serve my country like everybody else in the British forces. I count myself very lucky to have the chance to fly helicopters, and even luckier to have the chance to fly the Apache. I mean, it is a fantastic piece of kit. It is like flying a robot. It's one of the safest helicopters, hence my father wasn't too upset when I was selected for it. But yeah, I will do what's asked of me.
You're going to be in this position now where you're going to have to probably kill.
Yeah, potentially, but a job's a job. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Now, I also had the chance to ask Prince Harry about his brother's wedding, which is coming up exactly 4 weeks from tomorrow.
So you've got this big wedding coming up. You're going to be the best man, and I know it's been your dream in some ways that you have a sister someday. Now you're going to get one.
Not necessarily a sister, a younger brother or a younger sister would have been nicer. Yeah, to have a sister, a big sister, is very nice. Over the years, I haven't had that much of a chance to. I've got to know Kate, pretty well. But now that she's sort of been coming into the family, I'm really looking forward to sort of, getting under my wing.
She's changing her life. Yeah. She's going to be part of the family now.
And she's a fantastic girl. She really is. My brother's very lucky, and she's very lucky to find my brother. I think the two of them are a perfect match.
I know that he also said that your brother has said that he'd like to have something in the wedding here. Words for your mother is not going to be there.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Well, there will be myself, my brother, and my father. There'll be all sorts of people, and the rest of the family that will be no doubt thinking about it. And hopefully, she'll be very proud that the big day has come upon. We all thought that it was never going to happen for him, but it has happened, and I think everyone's going to be really proud of him. And it's a big deal. It's not just a normal wedding. It's a really big decision for him to bring Kate into the family. There's obviously a huge amount of pressure from the media, from the public perception, everything like that. He's done the right thing. He's waited, and he's done it when he feels right, and it is a huge step.
Can you tell me some details of what you'll be saying?
I haven't written it yet.
Are you writing some of it here in the tents?
I'm doing the speech along with a couple of his friends. So, you know, I will take the mickey out of him. I will have a few stories. I think my grandmother will be there, so I'll have to be selective, as one might say. But yeah, no, the speech will be like any normal best man speech. Between the three of us, we will make sure that people know of the good times and the bad times that he's had since he was a nipper.
Prince Charles, your father, I can only imagine this is very important to him, the very first son getting married.
Yeah, no, he is. He's over the moon, actually, and he's had a lot to do with the wedding, which is really, really nice. And you know, he's so unbelievably busy, yet he's managed to make time to sort of help Kate out with the music and stuff like that, and the processional music, which is, I think, fantastic. I mean, he's obsessed with his music, and Kate obviously is a girl, so I presume all girls are obsessed with their music at their wedding day. They must have a book of it. So the two of them have been slaving away at getting everything right. So no, it's fantastic. It really is.
Who are you going to invite to the wedding?
Who am I going to invite?
Closest
no, it's not
people
it's not my wedding. I'm just going to be there.
This past weekend, you had this stag party.
Yeah.
Was it different than your original plan?
I'm not going to talk about that.
No details.
No details.
But you pulled it off, and you kept it secret.
We're here for the boys in red.
Anyway, it's been important to come here for us, and I appreciate your time.
Well,
thank you so much, and thanks for serving.
No, thank you for you guys coming as well.
Now, George and Robin, actually, you know, that the plan has been for them to take off, him and the soldiers, to head off towards the North Pole by plane tomorrow, but this might be delayed because of weather. If that happens, he's going to stay less often with the, not as long of a trip with the soldiers, because he can only stay 5 days.
I like how he said the boys in red. Hey, we chuckled when we heard the prince say that they thought that it was never going to happen for his brother about getting married. But you found out that actually he would have gotten married earlier. He wanted to get married earlier.
Well, that's what Prince Harry said. He said that if he didn't have this kind of pressure from the media, from the paparazzi, he would have done it 2 years ago, but he kind of had to wait it out because of all this pressure. I asked the people from that works with Prince Harry, and they said they had never heard that before. But now they hear it. We'll see if it was actually truthful.
Oh, my goodness. And gave Kate time, too, to get used to all the press around them. But they seem very happy together. And you seem very happy there. And it's wonderful. How did you develop this relationship, Bob, with Prince Harry?
Well, you know, he's obviously, he's military. He's lived through a lot, having served with us 3 years ago, but he's also been very concerned about those families who have gone through this, the guys who have been killed, the guys who have been injured. And he said, you know, they're not getting quite enough attention and care, and he's working on that, which, of course, I am as well.
Yeah, I know. You're doing that with your wife, Lee, and I know that he's really drawn to you for that. Bob, thank you. Thanks very much. We really do appreciate that. You stay warm.
Thanks, Robin.
Okay? Give him our best.